What's good, y'all? It's your girl Elena back again with another dope video. So today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys another poem. I'm kind of in my feelings today, which is why I feel like doing this. Before we get into the video, so right now it's, what day is it? It's just Sunday, December 8th. Obviously this is not gonna be posted on that day, but basically this morning news went out that Juice WRLD passed away. That kind of got me in my feelings, so I feel like sharing a poem with you guys. I didn't really start listening to him like for real until recently, like real recently. My best friend had put me onto his music when I was out in LA, and yeah, I just really love his music. I love what he stood for, you know. His music was just like so real, and I found myself relating to like a lot of his music, you know. So it's just, yeah, it's sad that we lost another dope person. But you know what? It has to be something greater past here. It has to be peaceful. It has to be, you know, just somewhere nice and beautiful where we get to be free, you feel me? Because, yeah, I don't know. It just has to be. I don't really want to ramble too much. Yeah, so that's that. Rest in peace to him. So yeah, let me stop talking. Basically, the poem I'm going to share with you guys today is called Troubled Memory. I wrote this a couple years ago. Actually, let me tell y'all. I actually wrote this a year ago. March 6, 2018 was when I had wrote this. I pretty much know it word for word, but I'm gonna just have this here just in case I kind of like a breakdown, you feel me? And like, you know, get thrown off a little bit. But yeah, so the poem's called Troubled Memory, and I'm just gonna start reciting it. So recently, I've been finding myself struggling to decipher between the reality of what is real and the reality of all that isn't. Every little thing to me has been needing some sort of close examination, and I've been lost in the emptiness of my endless magnitude of meditation. I know that doesn't really make sense, but I've been using my sixth sense lately. I've been using the deeper part of my inner being, the part of me no one understands, the part of me I always hated seeing. And all the little things I see the even bigger meanings. My soul cries help, but my voice just keeps on freezing. The world around me only seeming to seep in much more quickly. There's this deception I've slowly begun to embrace, and it's beginning to entrap me. My world, my thoughts, my heart just emptying. The numb I used to hate is now my best friend, and without intention I continue to push all things away. So much going on I can barely even find the words to explain, and even when I'm with you I still feel so alone. You hold me and I know you're holding me, but I don't even feel your touch. You slip your way inside of me skin to skin, but it's still not enough. All I can think of when I'm around you is I'm sorry, this is really hard for me. All I can think of when I'm around you is the way you made my knees sting, the way you'd slam me to the ground, the way you'd scream and make my ears ring, and then you'd flip and say I love you, that you would never hurt me again. Everything was my fault, and all the shit you would do, I would make it up. It was just pretend. Fuck, why am I sucking at this right now? I know this so bad. I just have major anxiety right now. I'm sorry. Okay, let me take a second. So basically, the reason that I share my poetry is more so for other people, you feel me? Cause like, I know what it's like to feel alone and things. You know, obviously we all have our battles, we all have our little things that we go through, but you know, pain is pain at the end of the day. Hurt is hurt. But yeah, I'm gonna get through it though. I'm gonna share it with you guys. I want you guys to hear this, you feel me? I just need to a second to get my shit together. I'm gonna run it back a little bit. All I can think of when I'm around you is the way you made my knees sting, the way you'd slam me to the ground, the way you'd scream and make my ears ring. And then you'd flip and say, I love you, that you would never hurt me again. Everything was my fault, and all the shit you would do, I would make it up. It was just pretend. And now I'm in this subconscious battle. I think I know it's real, but I got this demon in my shadow, and I keep trying to water this seed, hoping to see the grass grow, praying to see the path show. So much dirt upon this surface, covering up the broken glass beneath this bridge that's really shallow. And I close my eyes thinking maybe when I open them, this moment will have passed. But then here I am talking to myself. So many questions I don't even know how to ask. This uncertainty is killing me. My anxiety is overfilling me. I wish I knew better. I wish I would accept the truth, but I'd rather be alone with you in the dark than in the dark and alone. This type of lonely just seems so much better. I'm in this world where nothing really is what it seems. Trying to hold myself up, bridges burn, troubled memory. I guess I'll never know what this truly means. End scene. Okay, so yeah, that was troubled memory. I did break down, which I knew that I would. And honestly, I'm not even gonna cut out those clips just because, like, I want my channel and I want everyone who watches me, who listens to me, to be able to feel like they could just be free. And I mean that in like every aspect. Free to speak your mind, free to show your emotions, show what's genuine, show what's true, you feel me? Because, you know, like, I don't know, I feel like it's hard to be comfortable these days to do those things. And so yeah, I'm just an advocate for freedom of all things, especially, you know, yourself. Basically, now I'm gonna explain the poem to you guys. Again, I wrote that March 6, 2018 at 4:06 p.m. I put the date and time for all of my poems just because I just want to know, like, when was I thinking that, you feel me? But this is kind of very difficult to explain. I mean, I feel like the scenario is quite evident. It explains itself. But I wrote that in 2018, but the experience I was talking about is something from 2017. I still write about that time period all the time just because it was very traumatic, you feel me? There's not a day that goes by where I don't reflect back to that time. Back then, I wouldn't even be able to talk about this, but it's been a couple years now, and I'm able to open up about it, and just because I know I'm not the only one. So back in the time period that I was writing about, I was in an abusive relationship. I mean, it consisted of verbal abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse. Eventually, it did get physical. I'm not gonna touch on that specific person too much just because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It was just abuse, and any type of abuse is just wrong, you feel me? And I don't need to ramble on about that. So yeah, I start off the poem and my first line is, so recently I've been finding myself struggling to decipher between the reality of what is real and the reality of all that isn't. So what I meant by that is basically, like, it was so much that he would do to me, and it got to the point where, like, he would tell me that, oh, this never happened, or like that I was just tripping, you feel me? And like in my head, I'm like, oh my God, like, what is real? Like, am I really going crazy? Like, is there something really wrong with me? Because he genuinely made me believe that it was me, that everything was my fault. You feel me? And I say that later on, everything was my fault, and all the shit you would do, I would make it up. It was just pretend. And that's basically like how I felt. The poem pretty much explains everything, you feel me? I feel like I don't really need to go that much in detail, but yeah, this person kind of just broke me down to absolutely nothing, and I was so alone. I was by myself. I wasn't really in communication with my family either, so like I went through this on my own by myself, and it was just, to this day, it's the hardest thing that I ever had to go through, just because I really lost myself. I really felt like absolutely nothing. I really believed that it was me and that I was going crazy. It got to the point where I even went to see a psychiatrist, and that was a whole other situation, a whole nother story. But yeah, he would use that against me. He would tell me like, oh, like, when's the last time like you seen her? Like, are you good? Like, you're not acting right, you're not acting okay. Like, but meantime, it was really him. Like, he would use that to cover himself. He would use, my mental shit as like an escape route for him, because he knew that I was struggling with so much. And even before I met him, I had some things from, just, I guess, childhood that I was still dealing with, you feel me? And he would just use that against me. And honestly, like, I never would have imagined myself being in a situation like that, just because, growing up, I had to deal with so much, and I saw so much, and I promised myself as a kid that I would never allow a man to take advantage of me or to break me down or anything like that. Like, I remember promising myself that I would never do that, and it took so long for me to get over the situation I was in, just because I kept thinking of that little girl, that baby Elena, that I promised that I would never do that to. And I was so angry at myself, and it took me so long to forgive me, even though, like, it was him. Like, he did all of that to me, and I forgave him right away. The moment he would do something, I would forgive him. I'm so good at forgiving other people, but when it comes to me, I just put everything on me, and so I put all of that on me, and I was so angry at myself, and I hated myself for allowing someone, a person, to break me down like that. And it still hurts. Like, it hurts so bad every time I think about it. I feel like I'm in that situation, you feel me? Like, but I don't know, I've definitely learned so much, and I wouldn't be me if I didn't go through what I did. And sometimes I do wish that I could take it back, and I wish that I didn't have those memories. I wish that when I close my eyes, I just could go to sleep and not see anything, you feel me? But it was something that I went through, and I know that I'm not alone. I know that it's other people who have gone through the same things. And if you've been in that situation, or if you are in that situation, I just want to tell you that you don't have to stay there, and you can be free. But the only way that you're going to be free is if you remove yourself. And I know that's the hardest thing to do. I know that it seems impossible, because all you see is right here, what's in front of you. But sometimes you have to take that step forward, even though you're in the darkness, you feel me? Nobody deserves to feel that way or to be treated like that. Nobody. Like, there's no excuse for that at all, for any type of abuse. Like, nobody deserves that. And towards the end of the poem, I said I'd rather be alone with you in the dark than in the dark and alone. This type of lonely just seems so much better. And so basically, that is what it is. It seems so much better, but I promise you it's not. Now I can tell you 100%, like 100 billion%, I would rather be in the dark and alone than in the dark with somebody else who is basically digging me into a deeper hole, you feel me? Like, I'd rather deal with that myself. I'd rather be the reason for my own darkness, for my own hurt, for my own pain than somebody else. Like, that's just, no. Like, this life, this world, the only person you're in competition with, the only person that matters is you. At the end of every single day, you are the only thing that matters, because you don't take nothing with you. Nobody. Like, nothing, nobody, you feel me? So it's like, you really just have to learn to be free in all things. And just because you're free doesn't mean that you're gonna be happy. I don't want to get anyone confused. You can be free. You can be free of your thoughts and your mind by basically, opening up and speaking about whatever it is. That doesn't make the pain go away. That doesn't necessarily bring you comfort, but just don't keep that shit bottled in. Don't succumb to the energies around you if it's not what makes you feel good, you feel me? And it's a process. Like, you're not gonna just get out of one negative situation and then never deal with anything negative again, you feel me? Or you're not even gonna get out of a dark spot and end up completely in the light. But the thing is, you're never really gonna know even a glimpse of the light if you don't move from where you are. You feel me? Because it could be just a few steps forward or to the side or something, and I don't know, you might see a little bit of light coming from beneath the crack of a door. You feel me? So yeah, I don't really want to ramble too long, just because I'm kind of in my feelings, and I want to like, I don't know, listen to music and just be to myself. But I wanted to share this poem with you guys just because it was on my heart to just speak on something. You feel me? And I hope that you guys like the poem. If it resonated with you, you know, I'm glad that you could feel my energy. Just remember that you're not alone, and that you can do anything, you can be anything. You are beautiful, you are worthy, you are loved, you are capable, you have power, you have purpose. Like, you are pure. You are not limited to the situations that you are in. You are so much more. So if nobody's telling you that, then here I am, and know that I really mean that. I might not be physically with you, but I promise I feel your energy, I feel your spirit. But yeah, so that was that, Troubled Memory. If you made it this far, shout out to you. Go ahead and hit that like button if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to be a part of the Lovey Gang, because you know it's all love over here, baby. And remember to keep your chin up and to speak positive affirmations into your life daily, baby, because everything that you want is already yours. Everything I want is already mine, okay? You already know what it is. I said this a few times. But yeah, so I am sending you all lots of love and the highest of vibrations. I hope that you all have a blessed day, and I will see y'all in my next video.